welcome to the Tech Therapy Podcast. I'm your host, BJ Hamaker, the CMO of Nucleus. Tech Therapy is here to save you from busy work so you can focus on what's fulfilling and profitable. Stick around to the end of the show. We'll reveal how you can be our next guest in around 20 minutes. Let's go. All right, we're here with Gianfranco Lopane. He works at Venview, which is a place where you can get ads in the metaverse, if I read that correctly. Is that right, Gianfranco?
Yeah, hey, and let me tell you, you got my name right. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
So Venview, we are the ad network metaverse. Actually, we help landowners to monetize the land through advertisements. So basically, it's that. And in the side, we help companies just to come to the metaverse, so they don't have to pay like top dollars and stuff. So we everything. And good thing is that we can do billboards, we can do screens, we can do product placement, we can do 3D images, wearables, anything that you like, we can do in the metaverse. And the good thing about it is going to be across all the metaverse, so it's multi-chain.
So what's very interesting, and this just popped into my head again. I haven't thought about this business plan for like a year or more. Remember Earth? Did I ever tell you about Earth? BJ, remember Earth? This was maybe Taylor's idea. So his concept was let's build a virtual world with virtual real estate. Mm-hmm. And everybody would get out, they'd be able to buy lots and they'd be able to do whatever they want on their Minecraft type world, right? And we'd do vector graphics, 3D models, and then there'd be a whole marketplace for creating these digital assets that you could have other people buy or buy copies or licenses of, right? Like the whole concept, like that's the oasis, that's the metaverse. Sure. So just so everybody understands, we're not talking about landowners of physical real estate for the housing industry. We're talking about this type of thing where you'd buy digital real estate in what's the big one? The land. The land one.
It could be Decentraland, the sandbox.
Yeah, Decentraland. So there's Decentraland, which is kind of the crypto focused one, and then there are a bunch of other NFT based virtual world projects. Some that are like based off of a copy of the world of Earth, and then there's the metaverse too.
Yeah.
I've never actually tried touching Facebook metaverse. I have an Oculus, but I've never gone into that app because it seems a little, I don't know. I just don't see what value I get out of it personally. But you're monetizing it, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Because at the end of the day, if you think about it, why people should buy land in the metaverse? That doesn't make sense. But if there's a way to monetize it, like in the real world, that will make sense because you're putting your money, you're investing your money, you're getting something out of it, So, and that is why we created Venview. It's part of DatChat. We're in NASDAQ DATS, and actually we're using a actually patent technology that we have. Okay, patent.
Let me just make sure people heard that right. A patent on a virtual world process.
Well, actually, the patent is something that only we can do. That we are the owners of that process for 10 years. So we have a process that we can make NFT dynamics, meaning that we can change the NFT anytime we want.
Okay.
So that's interesting. And then we say
you're saying so just as an example, someone would pay for some kind of digital asset, a digital product or like an item, an object in or land or something in this virtual world, and you have a patent on like kind of changing what that object is or what it's used for into some other purpose.
That is correct. So let's say I'll give you an example. So let's say if we have Tesla come out to me and they call me, hey, I want to run an ads in the metaverse, in all the metaverse, across all the metaverse. I can say, okay, perfect. So what do you want me to show? And they say, I want you to put the new Cybertruck and in all the metaverse, right?
Yeah.
So we can put that 3D model. Good thing about it is that I can have information that we never had before. Like, for example, where the people is interacting the most with the vehicle. Is it the trunk, the rear window, the wheels? I can give you like a heat map of that. So
Right.
I can put those trucks in all the say in your empty lot, or I can put it the right way, or I can put it whatever you want. For
Right.
example,
You could do all kinds of things with that though. You could scale it up 20 times relative to the avatar and have people learn about the wheels or learn about the, the frunk or whatever, right?
yes. Correct.
So this is very interesting stuff because obviously there have been some media relating to these virtual worlds. Wreck-It Ralph is probably one of the best, most amazing, types of things. And there's all kinds of other recent, obviously Ready Player One, and then the Matrix and other things, virtual worlds. What I'm trying to, you said something very, very interesting about people, like why would they want to buy land in the metaverse? Because I was thinking, like, why do people buy land in the real world? Mostly for two reasons. One is for shelter, right? But you don't really need to like escape from the elements in the metaverse unless you want to like, customize your pad like you do in Animal Crossing. That's not something that's marketable for other people visiting your house too much though, right? And so having kind of a place in digital real estate means you could have a storefront for advertising and for marketing a business in
right. So the thing is with the metaverse, first of all, like people think the metaverse is only one metaverse, but basically there's like 300 metaverse out there. Just right. So you know. So there are in different chains, could be Ethereum, Polygon, BNB, Solana, you can name it.
Yeah,
conceivably,
never before. Yeah, go ahead, BJ.
If somebody made an open source metaverse, you could just copy it and there could be unlimited metaverses. But just like, if you made unlimited parties, people wouldn't go to all of them, obviously. Just like there's social media platforms. I'm not on all the social media platforms. I might be on 7 and I forgot about 4 of them.
I think probably one of the closest things I can think of that I've been looking at recently is like fantasy sports. Like there are just so many apps for fantasy sports. They're just not like super interactive because the content is like all restricted. But there's so many different kinds. There are like, the official fantasy sports app of this league or whatever, but everybody just there's this whole ecosystem of people making their own. Metaverse, I was going to say, is like, it's a Facebook word. It is probably the very fastest I've ever seen any kind of brand name become a generic term to refer to a generic concept. Like Xerox is all 1,000 brands of photocopiers.
But it took 40 years.
Oreo is every brand of sandwich cookie. Metaverse became the word associated with VR worlds immediately. It was instant. So
and that is why their name to Meta, just to resound more the new era, new technology, because at the end of the day, Metaverse will be in the future, or we are in the future actually. It will be like the same social media, but immersed social media. So you can do things and stuff over there. But like you were saying, if you go into Facebook Meta, which is Horizon, it's kind of, I don't know, it doesn't feel like right. And I have an Oculus, and I don't go there often. Probably what I use from them is Horizon workspaces or workrooms. Sorry.
There's that one, isn't that what it's called? But there's that one Workspaces app, which is a different app. And they did a really good job of having you can see 9 screens or whatever, and you can just use, you put your keyboard in the right location and you can move your mouse in a virtual world. Yeah.
That's how I do my meetings with my team, because my headquarters are in New Jersey. I'm based in Miami. My blockchain developers are in North Carolina. So we jump into the Oculus, and let me tell you, the brain doesn't distinguish what is real, what is virtual when you're in. So it feels real.
No, the most amazing thing, one of the most amazing things I've done is the climb 2 in Oculus. It is crazy because it's not like completely photorealistic, but it is the closest thing that exists right now in like this dynamic setting. And it is the sounds, it's just so good.
Yeah.
The only thing that would make it better is like, if I had some kind of fans or haptic gloves or something, that would actually make it feel 100%. But
Or smell, like
you lose yourself. You lose grip. You fall and you get scared.
of course, because you feel like it's like
You get viscerally scared. Not like, oh, there might be a threat from some horror.
Yeah, your stomach flips upside down.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
correct.
weirdest thing, because you haven't moved. You're standing straight up. And you feel like you're falling. It's just like when you're dreaming and you feel like you're falling. Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, no, that's crazy. So it's, if it's not Facebook Meta, like where are you seeing today, like most people or a good number of people that are kind of your clientele, like businesses? Where can a business get started in Metaverse easiest today?
So here's the thing. So I have partnership with most of the Metaverse out there. There's only one problem with the Metaverse. It's kind of difficult to get in for non-Web3 people or for non-crypto people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to get a wallet, you have to connect it, you have to do that, you have to do like 3,000.
I'm frustrated.
Yeah, I know. So there should be a way, and someone has a Metaverse that can just bring to Web2 people for free and not selling, expensive properties and stuff. Because right now, just to get a property in any Metaverse, you have to look for $10,000, $15,000, which the regular people out there, they don't have that kind of money to buy a built your real estate. You know what I'm saying? So not talking about the Metaverse, but it has to be something that's more for the people, so we can get more people in. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely going to take a little bit of engineering, but the solution would have to be something like you just only use your phone, and you just have some kind of generic free, very cheapest free headset.
Yeah.
And you don't have any controllers. It's just your hands. And
maybe not too high resolution, so that you can just be there and engage somehow. Just make it accessible for everybody, because and that's kind of what my experience was like, because I had the Samsung headset, and obviously it was just on my little phone that wasn't even full HD 5 years ago, but It was amazing. I did it like a Tomb Raider walkthrough tutorial thing, and I got to go around and like look at products from all angles and things. It was already amazing.
Immersive videos where you just sit still in 360 VR and it walks you through it. Just crazy.
Yeah. But they stopped supporting it. And amusingly, like if you try and buy those old phones, like on eBay, the ones that supported that headset, they have like 3 times the resale value as of everything else.
Holy crap.
Yeah, because they're rare.
But I mean, there's demand. Everybody wants this. We're like, why isn't this already happening? Like, why isn't this part of my day? I would love, Gianfranco, to like meet people in my office. And I've been thinking about this for a long time. I even downloaded an app, but apparently I didn't have the right camera to like scan my whole office so my buddies could just come and hang out with me. And maybe, maybe we'd be miniature versions of ourselves in a really big version of my office, or anything.
There's a company that did
why is it not accessible?
Yeah, there's one company that did a similar thing, but I'll bring it up later. But yeah, how do we make it accessible? How do we?
So the problem here is that most of the Metaverse out there, they have to raise money at the beginning just to pay the developers to create a Metaverse. So that is why there's no like free decentralized Metaverse. All the free Metaverse you can find right now are centralized, like you were saying, like Horizons, or probably all Space VR, which is Microsoft. Those are like the ones that are free, but they're centralized. You don't own anything. You cannot do probably nothing there. So probably will be a Metaverse not far away that is decentralized. It's gonna be free. So yeah. So I think someone's gonna come with a solution anytime soon. And the good thing about it is now we're into a recession, in crypto winter. and an actual like a economy recession. So it's time to build. So people they should build now. When we go up in prices and all that, when the market goes back again, someone has to be, on the top, and has to,
Absolutely.
and it has to get people in, because the central line is the most visited one, and only gets like 18,000 people a month, which 18,000 people is nobody. So
No, that's not money.
it's no one. So why there is not like a metaverse, like let's say like a Facebook in the early years, 2005, 2006, when all of a sudden you got 1,000 people, 2,000 people, in 2010 you got 1 million people. The metaverse will explode at the same time, at the same pace as Facebook, but it has to be the right metaverse out there, you know.
Yeah, no, I've got an idea on making one, and so yeah, that's all good. I don't need to.
Well,
Yeah.
so once you make
There are
one,
ways to
Pace,
make it accessible so anybody can do it, and
yeah.
the way that it's being done is obviously the wrong way.
But for the people who like, when that's your target market, so like I'm working with some people who want to target golfers with one of their products, and golfing in a metaverse, that's cool.
That's so cool. That's so
you
cool.
and your rich buddies hooked up with your HTC Vives or whatever you're doing, like click, you know what I mean? Like feels
because
good.
they've already had for 20 years that those video golf play
Yeah.
like locations.
The Wii
and
cracked
those are-
video golf for
those are
millions of
nice.
people.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
just this booth, 10 by 10 or whatever. They have like 7 of them, and they've got like a bar and everything, and everybody just goes there for social.
Yeah. And even though they can't purchase the product and enjoy the product like in this virtual world, they can see the ads for this virtual product. They're going to put them in the mind when I'm really golfing out where I can smell the grass. Like, then I'm going to want to have, I'm going to remember this product that I saw on the virtual course.
Yeah. So that's part of it, like for example, I have in my Oculus, I like golf and I play golf, and I have my golf game there. It's so amazing. And I have Top Golf. In Top Golf, I wish I can show you that. Like I can see the screen. I can play whatever music I want. I put it there like a concert and what is. And we can put like advertisement there with no problem. So it's, at the end of the day, advertisement in the metaverse, it has to be advertisement, but it is different as digital marketing, because when you're in the metaverse, in the decentralized metaverse, we don't know who you are, because you're an anonymous. So you're like a number, you're like a wallet number, So basically, what we're creating now is just people get paid just to see ads. They have to just tell us just a basic who you are, just a range, age, what do you like, your gender. That's basic stuff, you know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna follow you with advertisement like you're in Facebook or Google, because even though when you're talking about, let's say you're talking about golf now, my phone heard that, when they're gonna show me some golf ads now.
True.
Because we were talking about that. So that's not gonna happen in the metaverse. We're gonna be we're like, you don't want to see ads, you don't want to see ads, and we cannot target you, which is a downside for companies, but it's a huge win for us.
It just changes the play. If I'm going golfing, show me golfing ads. If I'm going to an amusement park, and at the amusement park I buy a Dark Side of the Moon t-shirt, then show me like where I can buy that online too, or something like for my real torso. Right. So it becomes less of a demographic play, less of a privacy problem, and more of a psychographic ad play, because nobody cares that somebody in the metaverse. Okay, I don't care when I'm in the metaverse that somebody knows what I'm doing in the metaverse, as long as it stays in the metaverse. And if they show me those ads there where I happen to, maybe I want to go bow hunting extinct animals, that's not my thing, I promise, especially because it's impossible. But if that's what somebody wants to do there, and they see ads for arrowhead manufacturers while they're doing it, then that's not really an invasion of privacy. You're in your fantasy world. You see your fantasy ads.
Correct.
The one game I think that is that emulated thing is Apex, I think. I don't know if you've seen that one. I haven't played it yet, but it's basically like, it's people, like modern people, but they're dinosaurs and lasers. It's like Ark Survival, that's what it's called, not Apex. Apex is the other thing. Ark Survival. So what it makes me think of, and then I want to hear more about like what you want to talk about. But there's so much that's happened with AI recently, like very recently, where AI can essentially create a video of a fake person, but it looks real. You can make it say anything. You can have it be celebrity voices or whatever. And it can, and so it's, and then not just that, the words that it could choose to say are pretty much indistinguishable from a regular person. So I'm thinking one of the biggest things that needs to happen for the metaverse to be successful is for businesses to just take advantage of these technologies that are actually becoming extremely inexpensive and put them together. And this is how they can connect to people. Per the psychographic, they can connect to people at a level that's personal because it's personalized, and they can do it in this full 3D environment. So like what I want, I guess, to relate it, what exactly is Venview doing with advertising? Like what's one or two examples of how you would advertise? I mean, you said Tesla, but do you have a few examples that you've currently worked on?
Well, actually, just let's talk about wearables. Let's say if someone has a party in the metaverse, there's a lot of like private parties and stuff that you can have 100, 200 people at the same time. You can have
and that's
brand.
like so I mean, people don't realize that this isn't a brand new thing. Second Life was around like, I don't know, what, 10, 15 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it was 2003.
it's just Sims in the cloud, really. But you have locations and you can float and you can meet people, and hundreds of people in a building.
Yeah. So it's really fun when you go to like parties and stuff. So imagine that you have 100 people there, and you get like Munch and Don just to pour some champagne. We can, as Venview, we can just create your Munch and Don, so can people just pass it around and stuff like you're in the real life. If you want Coca-Cola, I can put you a fridge of Coca-Cola in the party, so you can have like fake Coke in the metaverse, which is.
Well, I know in Animal Crossing, you can design clothes, so you can actually like, you could have a custom shirt, that has a brand on it too.
Right. So we can do that type of wearables. We can say, oh, or I can bring you, I don't know, I can bring you Michael Jordan there. So within brand new sneakers, and he can be walking around. That could be something that I can make with Venview. Or I can make like something, which is like billboard in your lot, where I can put like a big screen on your lot, just showing stuff. If you have a house or a building, I can put an advertisement outside your building. So I can create anything that you want for
That
you.
is so interesting. Because when I think about advertisements that I see, obviously they're always 2D, out in normal life, even though I live in a 3D world. And because that's easy, right? And sometimes they're static because it's made out of a piece of vinyl that's stuck up on a billboard frame. But sometimes they're dynamic because it's made out of an LED screen that glows in the nighttime, right? But with Venview, I can have a moving 3D object do my advertising for me. That I can interact with. That's a whole different ball game.
Well, it's a ball game. Yeah, and I can put you like a watch. I can put your watch in the center of a house, right? They can go around, and then you can click on the watch and can just drop you to the web page, so you can see where how much is it and where you can buy it, and like a regular web page. So there's so much things that we can do with that. And here's another problem for companies. Let's say the same example. I don't know, Tesla. You know that Tesla, they have like different locations around the world, and they're saying, "Oh, we want to create one location in the metaverse," and they go and create that in the sandbox, right? So there's people that don't like the sandbox, so they will not go to Tesla. So and then no, let's do it decentralized. There's people that don't like decentralized, so they have to buy laws in every single one in 300 metaverses and just create stuff that's too expensive. But because I can run ads across all the metaverse, instead to wasting your money in one, you can just put your money on my platform.
I was gonna say, like, who's making the service that
Yes.
APIs into each of them so they can upload the 3D model once to their account and it just shows up in all of these other systems.
Yeah, so I'm doing that, and at the end of the day, Web 2 companies. Let's talk about Web 2 a little bit. So like Facebook, Instagram,
Web
TikTok.
2.0, which just for everybody's understanding, because they see Web 3 around, right? Web 1 is 1995 to 2010-ish, like the traditional internet that if you're Gen Z, you don't know what it is, Web 2.0 is the mobile internet and basically the social media internet.
Social media.
Right? And then Web 3.0 is largely what's defined as like this decentralized kind of and VR type internet.
Correct. So those big companies in Web 2, they make their money with advertisement. That's how they make their money, because who gonna use Facebook if you have to pay for it? You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna use Instagram or TikTok if you have to pay for it? So how they get paid? They get paid through advertisement. So now in Web 3, because all this is centralized, we democratize the how companies get paid. So instead to us to get the revenue, we pass that revenue to the landowner of that land. So you have to have our NFT in your wallet with your lot, and that's how you monetize your lot. You know what I'm saying? So we have different generations. We start with generation 0. They're gonna get like 30% on top of whatever we pay. So say we pay 50%, they're gonna get 80% out of all the revenue that comes in. So if it comes in $1,000, they're gonna get paid $800. So the other thing,
yeah,
which is a lot of money if you think about it. It's you can imagine if all the money that goes to Facebook and Instagram, it will go to the people. That's we're talking about big. It's a billionaire. Now I think it's like more than $1 trillion. A how's it called, industry, which is the digital marketing industry. You know what I'm saying? So how much money companies pay for advertisement in the world? Can you imagine if that goes back to
we just finished a conversation with a prospect, and we're talking with him specifically about just like, hey, this is how much people are spending on Google ads in your market, and it's like, and he's like, well, we're only doing like a fraction.
Yeah. Totally. So you can imagine if that goes back to the people. Let's be honest, it's going to be difficult just to switch from Web 2 to Web 3. So just getting like 1 to 10% of the money that's getting the Web 2 to back to the Web 3 people is going to be a game changer.
Getting in early is a high risk, high reward situation. You're spending thousands of hours on this, and yet there's guaranteed to be enormous wins in this market. Guaranteed. Yes. Obviously, we're doing this. We've been gearing up for it since 1989. It's gonna happen.
Well, the thing is, it already is, especially outside of the cryptoverse. What Facebook is doing, like, whatever. But Roblox is the one that is killing it. Like they're making $2 billion a year. Obviously, their market is young kids mostly. But plenty of grown-ups use Roblox as well, and there are all kinds of other virtual worlds and MMOs. But Roblox is the one that has anybody can create an asset and sell it. They can't like usually get rich off it because it all has to stay in-game currency in order for it to be legal currently. But that's how it grows. That's how you can make something that gets tens of millions of people to use it. and becomes a household name because literally everybody's kid is playing Roblox, not watching videos of people play Roblox. They just play Roblox all the time.
They do, and I just Googled it now, and Roblox now in June, the market cap is $20 billion.
Yeah,
So
no, it's huge.
What a slam dunk! What a crazy
They're
win!
They're doing it right.
I would have never predicted that would happen.
Minecraft is not monetized the way that it should be, like this.
Right.
Yeah.
So and there should be like a Roblox, but for everybody. It's like a
Right.
face for everybody.
Yes.
You know,
and it's inherent to their platform that it's not, really for everybody, because it's built as essentially just these tiny little applet, gamelet, little sandbox, run it separately as its own little runtime environment, as opposed to, I just log in, this is my house, there's this whole universe, and I can teleport to that world. It's not the Oasis, it's not the Matrix, it's not really what we're looking for, that we're seeing with things like Free Guy and all the recent, just amazing depictions of what's actually coming. So it's coming, and it's going to take over entertainment. Like, it's going to completely replace, like, okay, here's where I was going to connect it back to fantasy sports. Like, can you imagine just having the statistics of what happened in a game, and then an AI recreates the game? It's not the real game. It's however it was imagined by a computer to have happened, that this team over here played this team over here. They have the same players on the field, and it says this guy scored a touchdown. Great. It draws it up, and you experience it. You experience it in real time. You can slow-mo, you can reverse, you can be one of the players, you could be behind anybody's eyes. Any type of entertainment is possible in this type of experience. Like I'm saying, like I've done it myself, climbing. My family plays Beat Saber constantly. Like, just, you can be anything and do anything if a company does this and does it right. And what that means is that it's going to make their attention on your product or your service just like drinking water. It's just going to make it completely effortless for you to get your word out there and to make money doing it. And FanView is specifically making it so you don't have to go reinvent the wheel and like, hey, I gotta go post this on Twitter, and then I gotta go post it on Facebook, and then I gotta go post it on Instagram and YouTube. You're just saying like, hey, just post it once, just like Hootsuite. You're just gonna throw it everywhere. But it's not just like a snippet of a text. You're saying post your entire product to a digital world and let people use it digitally.
Yeah, it's like a social media buddy nerd. Instead to go to Facebook, it just go to your house in the Metaverse. Invite your friends, invite your family.
Yeah. Screw 2-hour delivery. Screw same-day delivery. Same second delivery.
For us impatient guys. Well, hey, I am loving this. I think it's fascinating. And what I want is for people to be able to get it. I want people to be able to get VenView. So, Gianfranco, can you tell us like where people can go to get in touch with your company, read more about it, get your media, and get in touch directly with you so they can buy ads?
Sure. So you can go to venview.io. Is VENVUU.io.
Hey, you cut out. Can you say it again?
Okay, it's VENVUU.io. Is VenView with two V's as a Victor. VENVUU.io. So right there you can see what we do. You can find our Instagram, Discord.
And that's a brand subsidiary of DatChat, which is publicly traded. DatChat is DATCHAT. Okay.
Yes, and you can find us if you buy our stock is DATS in NASDAQ. So
that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool, right? So yeah, and right there you can be in touch with me. I'm in Discord. You can send me private messages.
Nice.
Yeah, or you can find me in LinkedIn. I try to post a lot of stuff. Lately, I'm so busy doing other things that I don't post in that much. But I read all my messages. I respond all my messages. So feel free to do. It's Gianfranco Lopane. So you can find it venview.io. You can find my name. It's kind of difficult just to spell it out and you understand it. So you go there, just click on my profile, and it will go directly to my LinkedIn.
Good stuff.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
I'm so happy we could talk with you today. This has been just one of my favorite kinds of conversation. I'm very much a futurist, and I love seeing it all come together. It's really exciting.
Yeah, no, that's all. And let me tell you, by 2030, so in 8 years, 5 billion people will be in the metaverse. So we are early, guys. Yeah. We are like so early in the game.
And yet 8 years isn't much time to build everything that needs to get in there. So I'm glad you're on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, you're like you're saying, like people spend already most of their days doing regular business, normal meetings and stuff in the metaverse, and tons of other people are spending their entire days in entertainment in the metaverse, just the virtual reality industry. So yes. Yeah, I mean, thank you so much, for like telling us where this is going and like how businesses can actually navigate it, because it seems so like not clear about how that is even possible right now with it being so early in the space.
Yeah, and what happened with the COVID 2 years, it just accelerated the process.
Yes.
A bunch of people that are kind of scared to go out, or they're lazy and say, you know what, I just love to stay in my house and work from home. So if you can work from home with parallel classes, that you can just do whatever you were doing in the office just from your house without driving, you know what I'm saying? That is amazing. And or probably I just want to move to another place, which I really love to. I love the beach. I want to go to Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico. You can move there and just do your work from there.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's different, I think that is great.
Amazing thing.
So we're gonna go there. There's a lot of if you see the news, they want us to travel less, to move less. So basically, the metaverse will be the place just to do the regular thing that we do every single day. Sounds scary, but
yeah, some people are scared of this. But the fact is, like, this is where normal business and totally healthy, just normal life can actually have a lot of good solutions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I don't know if you read about it, but there's a lot of doctors just making a surgery out of their house with pair of glasses. Yeah. So they don't have to be in that place just to do a surgery. They can do it from I don't know.
I was thinking about telemedicine is like, the apps that are just like, oh, text the doctor or to do a video call with the doctor on your phone or something.
That's already a game changer. But
next level, like you could be like in a therapy session with someone like and experience it like close to the same as just a regular sit down. Oh my gosh, man. Like that's a big deal.
Yeah. So we're heading that way, and no one can stop this.
Yeah. Thanks for making it possible, Gianfranco. We're gonna call it an episode. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you so much for the invitation, and talk to you later, guys.
Yep.
BJ Hamaker here. Thanks for listening to the Tech Therapy Podcast. If you're a successful business owner and would like to be a guest on the show, please visit techtherapypodcast.com. If you got something out of this interview, would you share this link on social media or a screenshot or just your comments and include the hashtag TechTherapyPodcast? If you know someone who would be a great guest, tag them on social media and let them know about the show. And remember to use our hashtag TechTherapyPodcast. I love seeing your posts and your guest suggestions. We are regularly putting out new content, so please make sure you don't miss anything by hitting subscribe. Your thumbs up, your ratings, your reviews, your comments, they go a long way to promote the show in the algorithms. So please go ahead and, give us a nice comment or review the podcast. If you want to know more, please go to techtherapypodcast.com or follow the show on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. On Instagram, we're at Tech Therapy Podcast. Thank you for listening. We appreciate your time, and we'll see you next time.